Good evening, friends. Today I once again come for one of the important lecture of Indian polity for civil services prelims examination of UKPSC 2023. Here are some facts which we have to be remember prior to going to and appearing in the civil services prelims examinations. And from political point of view, we have to cover is the following articles and schedules thoroughly. And articles means we will talk about from article 1 to 12, and from 12 to 35 is a fundamental is a duty and FR, and then 35 to 51 is DPSP. We have to cover on that. Once specifically articles is 12, article 13 and article 14 which mention the equality before law, article 15 and articles 17 untouchabilities, and articles 19. These are the very important articles 19, article 20s and article 21A. In 21A also there is some right to education has been incorporated in 86 amendment in the 2009 onwards. So there is some articles 20 and 21 which are not suspended even in the during of the emergency. These are the important articles. And then article 32 is a fundamental is a was right on that for where we can oppose to directly to the Supreme Courts for our is legal rights, and is same for the 226 is articles which deals with the high courts we can oppose directly for our legal and is democratic rights. And then once we will talk about the article 48 which mentioned that there should be some is the forest and conservation is related to them, and article 51 is the welfare states concept is given, and article 52 is again the president there should be one president and then nomination in 54, and then article 71 is the council of ministers, and articles is 80 is also is a important one. And then we will move forward, that is article is 142 where the in recent times it has been noticed that is a CAC, Controller and Auditor General of India, and their report is published on the public expenditures. This has to be covered. And then we will move to forward with the articles 200 is 62 which deals with the interstate is a council and disputed, and 263 is mentioned for council, and 262 for interstate is a river dispute redressal mechanism is already mentioned. And once we will move forward in articles 280 is a finance commission is mentioned is there, and then article 300A is incorporated recently for the money, and there is a made separate 300A is made separate for that. And then we will move forward emergency provision of that article, and that 352 and 356, and then is 360 mention the financial emergency, and 300 is 52 mention that is armed regulation has been incorporated in the constitutional amendment of is 1944 in the year 1978, and prior to that there was an internal disturbance for only cause for as an emergency. So three are the emergency, and then article we will move forward from article to the schedules. So one schedules with the deal with the unitarities, and schedule 6 is also important one for that deals, and schedule 9 there should not be changes, but in the ordinance they have come up with that is changes are null and void in these conditions. And articles is 8 deals with that is official language and 9 office, and then is article 10 deal with the anti-defections law, and articles 9 is also there should be not a schedules act, and there is mentioned that, and article 11 and 12 is a panchayati raj institution is deal with that. And once we will take this article 370 we deal for JMKs, and article 371 A deal with the Nagaland, and 371C is deal with the Manipur. Recently the Manipur has been come up in the pictures, and so many ordinance, and then Forest Conservation Act 1980 has been come up in the pictures. So it becomes the ASFA Act is also, that is Armed Force laws is a Special Protection Act. Since from 1950s onwards, it has been imposed in Northeast to handle the insurgency over there or ethnic clashment. So these are the things which we have to be covered in the political aspect, and recent development and judgment by that is Supreme Honorable Supreme Court, and means we have seen also these cases in Rahul Gandhi cases in Article 102 and Article 103 is a deal with the disqualification of the member of parliament, and that is in accordance with the People Representative Act 1951 on that is clause. Somehow it has been made is null and void by the making the ditto of this ordinance. So ordinance plays a vital role, especially in the governance part, and to make the null and void as any pre-existing is rules for that, and then important judgment also, and that deal with the special fabric of union. So these are the things. So I have already covered so many things and important for this political Indian political perspectives, and thank you very much and best of luck for your upcoming examinations.